love that music.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Hot Rod Bob Beck, and you've got gas. Here, the Great American Auto Scene. Now, we're sorry we're a little bit late. Technical difficulties. We couldn't get our stuff going. Yeah, stuff is stuck. And we got ourselves going. We're back on Facebook Live and on GotGas.com right now. So we're coming to you live and direct from our studios high atop the building here in North Hollywood, California. I'm Hot Rod Bob, and with us tonight, as always, it's the very blonde
Oh, that's so cute.
Anna Octane
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
It's good to be back.
in front.
We had technical difficulties because Bruce
did.
is blonde like me.
Yeah. You know, this is so weird. I was born a redhead. I mean, like,
Me
red.
too.
Were you really?
Yes, I'm a redhead too. Don't tell
Really?
anybody.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you how we. Never mind.
Yeah. How we check?
Yeah.
Don't check.
No
Bob.
check. Oh, Bruce. Oh, Bruce.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what.
Man,
this
speaking
studio-
of colors, how about this Bobby
Hey,
Schlegel
I
shirt?
like that shirt. That is cool.
Yeah, that's
Is that a
Dover
new one?
drag
I
strip.
didn't get one of those. I want a yellow one.
You know, it was from the episode about a month ago.
Yes.
We were talking with Bobby, and it's the Dover drag strip. It was one of their recent events, the Nostalgia Drags. Yeah.
You were wearing 2007 shirt. I had the 2016 shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
And we were almost like twins from different parents.
Yeah, which is kind of like real life.
Real life, yes. And talking about real life, we had a great last week. Now, we know some of you got to go to the SEMA show. If you're in the industry, you got to go to that. Some of you didn't. We're going to talk a little bit about it. And I did go to a number of booths to check out the new products. And we're going to show you some of the new products that we saw up at SEMA. And we've got a video we're going to try and pull up, too, if you can, Bruce. And right now, Cassie Nunes has shared that video. So I think we'll start off with that.
Okay.
And it was an interview I did of Dale Snoke back in Vegas. We were in the Moon Eyes booth right before I left to head back because it was Thursday and I had to be back to Irwindale to do the drags.
Well, and of course, Bob, as you know, it's live television. Where am I going to get that live video from? I know Cassie's on the line, of course.
Yeah, it's on Facebook and she shared it onto my page.
Okay, good. Let
Or
me
she
see if I
shared
can-
it anyway. See if we can find that.
Okay.
While we're talking about that, Bruce, we got a new license plate frame. Anna's trying to wear the license plate frame. I'm not going to tell you.
Are you going to show this or not?
There you go. All right. For those of you who don't know, Irwindale Drag Strip is ceasing to exist
Oh.
shortly. We've got less than 100 days. But they just came out with a brand new license plate frame.
Yay.
LA's place to race. It's Irwindale Drag Strip. Now, we'd like to do whatever we can to get the drag strip back and operational. We're not sure what can be done. A lot of guys are upset about this. We normally get about 200, 250 cars on an average Thursday night drag race. And we run NHRA Summit Series as well as specialty races. We've got Moon Eyes Christmas Party coming up December 9th, I believe it is.
And
at
we have
Irwindale.
the Demolition Derby.
Demolition Derbies.
Yes.
We have Night of Destruction. Next one coming up is December 2nd at Irwindale. Actually, I think there might be one before that. We'll have to check the schedule on that. But if you'd like to get one of these license plate frames, go on the website for Irwindale Event Center, which is Irwindale Drag Strip and Speedway. And Anna's taking it away.
taking it.
She's taking it.
Mine.
And contact them. Tell them you want to buy one of these license plate frames. They're $5.
Oh,
The
$5.
license plate frame is just $5. And you will be the first one on your block to have one of these.
Yay.
So, Cassie, we're getting ready to watch you. So talk to you. So hang in there a little bit. All right, we've got her on the line. Why don't we go to Cassie's Facebook page and see if we can find the video there.
Yeah.
And we'll
In
try and
fact,
pull
you know
it
what?
up.
Maybe we should get her on.
Why don't we
I'm
get her
gonna
on
get
the line?
spelling.
We'll
Yeah,
talk to her.
let's-
She's been holding.
Hi.
Hi, Cassie. How you doing?
Doing great.
Good. Now, you've got a show you're going to be putting on this Sunday. And why don't you tell us a little bit about it and where it's going to be?
Absolutely. So the show is benefiting the American Diabetes Association, and it's going to be held at MB2 Raceway in Thousand Oaks this Sunday at 1 o'clock.
All right, so if you get there early, you can go to MB2 and race. That's an indoor go-kart track out there.
Ooh.
And then
Yay,
after you're done
yeah.
racing, you come back out and you go to the car show. Randy Cardoon and I will both be there. And you've got a lot of sponsors that are helping you out with this show. Tell us a little bit about your show.
Yeah, so we have a lot of sponsors. I actually have 16 sponsors. So go all of the sponsors. I have a dyno coming out, a mobile dyno, thanks to MCE Racing.
How
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, so you should definitely come out and test your horsepower because we'll have a contest, and whoever has the most horsepower is going to win a prize.
Oh, this could be interesting. So the object there is not to blow your motor up, but get as much horsepower to the dyno as you can.
Exactly, and it's only $75, and you get 3 poles.
3 poles for $75 on the dyno. And you can't do this at any other, I don't know of any other car show you can go to where someone actually brings a wheel-driven dynometer that you can put your car on and find out how much rear wheel or front wheel horsepower you've got, depending on the type of car you're bringing out. Now, have you ever put your car on there? You've got an old school Chevelle.
I do. I put my 68 Chevelle on there 2 years ago, and it didn't do so hot. But my motor is tired, and I have a small block, so the numbers lie.
Numbers like what kind of numbers did you get? Tell us.
I got just under 200.
All right, well that's not too bad considering you've got a stock a 307 or a 350.
327.
Oh, 327. All right, well, they were only rated at about 275 or 250 horsepower back in those days. So under 200 at the rear wheels really isn't all that bad because you got parasitic loss between the engine and the differential. So that's not really too bad considering the age of the car. No modifications. It's all stock, right?
No. Exactly, and the motor is actually all original, never rebuilt.
Okay, well, that's cool. Then that's good. And you drive this thing around. Your Chevelle is kind of cool. It's a deep dark green with a vinyl top, and you drive it everywhere. That's your daily transportation, isn't it?
I think this is the hood we're seeing on her Facebook page.
That is her hood. Yes,
It's the hood of the car.
the hood. You're in the hood, and that's Cassie right there. Cassie right there.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. So, and you're going to put this show on. Now, this is not the first time you've done this show.
No. So this is the 3rd annual at this location, but I've done other charity car shows at other locations around Thousand Oaks.
Okay, and then that's where this is. So this is MB2 Raceway. What's the address there?
1475 Lawrence Drive.
1475 Lawrence Drive. Now, if someone wants to go pull up a copy of your flyer, where would they go?
So you can go to the website, which is adacharitycarshow.eventbrite.com.
Okay. So, again...
And that's adacharitycarshow.eventbrite. Now, Bright is spelled BRITE.com.
Okay, very good. All right, so this is going to be a show. Now, any idea about how many cars you think you got pre-registered so far? And if someone, well, let's put it this way. If someone hasn't already registered for the show, can they?
Absolutely. We're taking registrations up to the day of the show.
Okay.
Right now it's online for $25.
Okay.
At the door it's going to be $25.
So it's 25 online or 25 at the gate?
Exactly.
Okay, well, that's good. And the money's going to ADA. So it's definitely a well worthwhile charity. And you've been doing this for a while, and you are a car person yourself. Your dad your dad's a car guy. So you've been around cars all your life, and now you're using your hobby to benefit others in need.
Yeah, and it's important to me because I'm not only a car person. I don't only want to help the Diabetes Association, but I myself am a type 1 diabetic. and so is my dad, so are a couple of my friends. I know a lot of people with diabetes, and I just want to use, like you said, I want to use my hobby to help others.
All right, and you're doing a pretty good job of that. Now, you're also working on something else. You're going to writing school, aren't you?
I'm in a writer's group, yeah.
A writer's group, so you can become a fiction writer or novel writer?
Yeah, so I'm trying to write right now a fiction novel. It's like fantasy. Think Harry Potter meets Avengers.
Oh, okay. We'll see how that works out. But hey, if you can make it work, go for it. That's cool. All right, so you got the car show.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so the car show's at MB2 Raceway in, is it Newbury Park or Thousand Oaks?
It's technically Thousand Oaks. You might find it Newbury Park.
Okay, so you can go race go-karts and then go to the show. Now, unlike other shows that start at dark 30 in the morning, your show's starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so people can go to their cars and coffee and things like that Sunday morning first, and then come out to your show. Your show starts at 1 o'clock, right?
Exactly.
So that makes it kind of interesting. You don't have to get up early for this show. You can go have your breakfast, relax, then come out to the show at 1 o'clock and just enjoy it.
Yeah, and, you know, it's nice because it's going to be getting cooler instead of hotter. We've had, you know, people in the past say, oh, it's too hot, I want to go home. I don't want people to leave because we have such great entertainment happening, and we have such great guests coming out that I figured an afternoon show would be better.
Well, you know, that just might work out, and we'll have to see how that works. But Randy Cardoon from KNX Radio and Talking About Cars show is going to be there. I'll be there, plus hundreds of others. So come on out and enjoy us and enjoy the show. We'll have fun out there. We'll be talking to a lot of the owners, maybe do some interviews for gas on the owners and their cool cars, and talk to Cassie Moore when we get there.
Absolutely. Well, I hope to see everyone there. I'm really excited. I just found out today that with our sponsors and our pre-registered cars and an anonymous donation that came in today, we actually cracked $3,500
already.
For the ADA today.
That is great. That is fantastic. Glad to hear that.
Good job, girl. You go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
you.
And how much is it to go go-kart riding? I want to do that.
All right. Well, you got to come out.
So MB2 is actually holding a special for people who come with their cars. You get 20% off of whatever race you choose. And they have a couple different ones. They have like one race for $17, two for $25, sort of thing. And then, like I said, the people who are entering their cars, who are participating in the show, get an additional 20% off.
Wow, that's cool. Well, I'm going to have to get there early and do a little go-karting.
There you go.
I think I'll challenge Randy Cardoon. We'll have a announcers race-off there to see who is the quickest. I think I have the advantage. I think he weighs a little bit more than me, so his car will be slower.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll be doing good. All right. Well, Cassie, thank you very much for calling in. If you want to have more information about this show, go to Cassie Noon's Facebook page. You can ask her whatever questions you want. She'll respond back to you. She can send you a copy of the flyer from there, can't you? Right, Cassie?
Absolutely.
All right. So look for Cassie Noons, CASSIE.
There you go.
Capital NUNES. So you can go on her
Thank
Facebook
you.
page and you can contact her about the show, check out the flyer, and she just actually shared my video from Dale Snoke too.
Oh.
So we can see that. We're pulling it up right now. We're going to show it as well here tonight.
Oh, I think that's let me grab a still shot. Is
There
that
we
going to be
go.
that video?
That's the one right there.
Is that the one we were waiting for?
That's the one we've been waiting for.
Wow. Should we actually play it while Cassie's on? Tell me.
Why not?
Well, in that case, yeah. Let's see what happens here.
everybody. Hi, this is Hot Rod Bob Beckham coming to you live and direct from Moon Eyes. Yes, they are here in SEMA. Well, in Las Vegas, at the SEMA show. And I'm here too. And we're getting ready to talk to Dale Snoke and Bob about Moon Eyes and their participation here at SEMA. Now, we've got a special cameraman. I'm going to show you who that is in just a moment. Oh, John Matajasic, the Magic Man, is already tuning in. He's awake. All right, Randy Cardoon, KNX Radio. He is here with us. Rapid Robbie Rothwatch. Michelle is watching. Wow, Michelle, how you doing this morning? Johnny Martinez, he's always awake this early. We always look at his good morning photograph, and he posts that all the time. Well, Randy is going to be the cameraman, and we're going to start talking about... we're going to talk to Dale Snoke. We're going to talk to him about his car and Moon Eyes. Dale, how you doing this morning?
Bob, to see you up here at SEMA, amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm actually awake.
Well, you're also a living legend, so I'm surprised you have time to stop and actually talk to me when he's not doing the autograph session.
Well, you know, that we only had that for a certain amount of time this morning. It was from 5 to 6 this morning. No one was here, though.
Nobody was up. They didn't have any coffee yet. But you know what? You're up and about. We're up here at SEMA. What else could be... We're having the time of our life up here.
We are definitely doing that. It's a great day. You've been here in the Moon Eyes booth all week. How's the show been for you?
First 2 days, you can't get through the aisles. There's a lot of people. Today it'll start winding down a little bit, and tomorrow be some more people. But the first 2 days are always great days up here. A lot going on. A lot to see up here. A lot to see.
All right, now we've been talking about some potential new products. I don't know if they're going to come out yet, but we were talking about, you know, there's a lot of guys with these little scooters coming around here, and they're hot rod guys. So we've got to talk to like M&H or someone like that about producing some pie cut slicks for these things.
Well, I think we're onto something. I think the idea of maybe going down to Leisure World and Seal Beach and seeing if we can maybe contact them about doing like maybe the Leisure World 500, maybe a 24-hour endurance race, minimum age 72 to 75 possibly.
Yeah, I got to be a good qualifier.
We got some new helmets that we just came out with this year. I think it'd be a good PR.
Metal Flake?
Probably, but I want to know, would you do the announcing there if it happened?
Not a problem. I mean, I can see us now, and we don't need time clocks. We'll just get one of those egg timers.
That's why we're going to do a 24-hour endurance race.
And that's just for the 8th mile.
Oh God, the things we come up with. You know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Maybe we should just keep it here.
Well, you know, I think we could make this a little more interesting. Right now, across from us is a stairway. Can you imagine the guys getting a run from the Ford booth over the stairs? And, you know, we could go for style. Who lands the best?
Wouldn't be a bad thing. We'll make up some cards to hold up just like in the Olympics.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that you had earlier about all of us one year coming up here and renting some electric Larks and making a train, a 15 Lark caravan train, and just cruising SEMA nonstop. A big train of those Larks us around, waving at everybody, having the time of our life.
And we could put billboards on them and do advertising.
Free. Boy, we could pay for our week up here, Bob. You know what? You're better at what you're good at announcing. You're great at announcing. I think you're good at marketing, too.
Yeah, well, we're going to work on that, too. All right, so you're going to be here for what? The show ends tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow, 4 o'clock. And then we'll start packing up, and it's all a roll of the dice how late we get out of here. It takes you a few hours to break down these booths. It's quite a bit of effort. But also tomorrow night after 4 o'clock when the show ends is what they call SEMA Ignited. That's the big rollout. That's where outside all these cars and trucks and motorcycles that are inside actually go outside. It's a rolling car show right outside the convention center. Thousands of people show up just to watch that. You see some pretty crazy stuff going on out there.
I can imagine the burnout contest is going to be great. So how many cars do you think are going to end up in the wall?
Let's hope none. That's something. Las Vegas Police Department has several motorcycle officers out there waiting for just those opportunities of some individuals to throttle it up a little bit more than what they should. So people get warned about it. Take it easy leaving. And then across the street in the parking lot, they have a pretty big show. So it's good.
All right. Now, Moon Eyes has a special event coming up in just 1 month. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Moon Eyes Christmas show. Actually, we're giving away postcards right here. And it is on December 9th. Oh, there you go. The Moon Eyes Christmas show, Christmas party, purported to be the last one again. I know we say that quite often, but truly think this year will probably be the last one. It's going to be big. It always is. Come on out. Hang out with the crowd. It's a great scene. There's drag racing, custom car show, lowriders, customs, bikes, the culture, everything. So.
Yeah, the car culture will be there, and it's going to be at Irwindale Drag Strip. Mm-hmm. It is December 9th. It is going to be get there early. Gates open at 6 a.m. Now, if you don't get there early, you're going to miss out on parking if you're not a show vehicle. If you're one of the show vehicles, you're getting the special area close to the drag strip. If you're coming as a spectator with your daily driver, there's going to be a lot of parking, but boy, it fills up, especially since this may be, definitely, almost maybe, could be the last one at Irwindale Speedway.
Yeah, that's true. Also, we're going to ask everybody coming to be a little bit more patient with us this year. Irwindale, the city of Irwindale, the police department, and the city is asking us to do a little bit more with security based upon some things that have happened in the United States in the recent months. We ask that you be patient getting in, and everybody, we're all going to be there to have a good time, and we all will get in to have a good time. But we just ask that everybody be patient. If the police department is there, they want a wand. They want to check some people coming in. So, and they're doing it here. They're doing it at the SEMA show. So we're kind of getting used to that lifestyle here of checking bags and whatnot. So we ask that all of our friends that come this year be patient with that. We'll all get in there, and we're going to have a great day.
We're going to have a great day. I'm Hot Rod Bob Beck with Dale Snoke. We're at the Moon Eyes booth at SEMA 2017, and Randy Cardoon and I are ready to get out. It looks like Moon Eyes. Notice his Moon Eyes. Oh, got the patch. There we go. The official patch of Moon Eyes, and we are here. We're getting ready to head back out because we got drag racing in Irwindale tonight, and I don't want to miss it. So I'll be back on the strip in Irwindale this evening. Dale's going to be here working at the SEMA show. 2 more days left. It's going to be an amazing event. Thousands and thousands of people are here. You don't want to miss out. I'm Hot Rod Bob Beck, and you've got gas.
Holy cow! So
yes.
So Bob, you were in Vegas that morning, and then announcing at Irwindale that night.
That's right. That was last Thursday. We were up there. Randy Cardoon and I drove up on Tuesday. Got there in time for the afternoon festivities. Did a whole bunch of things, whole bunch of walking around, and I was with Randy when he got to interview some of the stars of Velocity Television.
Oh, excellent.
Like Mike and Ant from Wheeler Dealers. And Randy also had the 2 ladies that have been the spokespeople on Overhauling.
Okay.
And he had both of them together at the same time. A number of other interviews he did. I don't want to kind of take the parade out of, or the fun out of his stuff, because his first interview is going to end up on radio.com and the CBS KNX radio site this week.
Oh.
So Sunday it's going to be on KNX 1070 News Radio here in Los Angeles, but it goes to radio.com, I believe, today or tomorrow. And it'll be the interviews that he has done up in Vegas. It'll be the first interview. He's got about 5, and they will come out once every few weeks. But the first interview will be on radio.com and the KNX 1070 site this week.
Excellent. And that very same Randy Cardoon is going to be at this show. I just want to say this one more time, because I think Cassie might still be on the line patiently waiting.
I think she might be. There she is.
Yeah.
You're still awake, right?
Yeah.
You're still awake, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so Randy Cardoon is going to be the master of ceremonies this Sunday.
Yeah.
And come on out. There'll be trophies. There'll be raffle prizes. A silent auction that Cassie's got going, and you can get some really cool sports memorabilia. But you got to be there. The silent auction going on, the raffles, the go-kart racing, the dyno. I mean, there is no other show in town like this one.
No, absolutely not. And I do want to just give a shout out, if I can, real quick to, 1 or 2 of my sponsors.
Okay, please.
So I just want to say thank you to, my sponsors like Willwood Disc Brakes, Next Auto Body. I want to give, a shout out to my sister, Constance, who is coming out. She's actually a model, and she's going to come out and take photos with everybody.
Cool.
And I really want to give a big shout out to my dad and my mom, who have helped me tremendously, not only with teaching me about cars and the car show scene, but just, helping me with the show.
And that's right. Both your parents are car people, too. Your mom's got her own muscle car, and your dad's got a few cars. So you're definitely a car family. All right, Cassie, thank you very much for calling in. We're going to move on right now. We got lots more to cover tonight here on Gas, the Great American Auto Scene. Take care, Cassie. We'll see you on Sunday.
Fun times. Man, that sounds like a great show, Bob.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I've not made it in the past because I've had other commitments. So this year, I'm going to make it up there. Not sure whether I'm going to bring what car I'm going to bring. I got a choice. We'll see. We got might bring the wife's 46 Ford, 56 Chevy. Mm-hmm. I got the hot rod, my Plymouth. You never know. I've got the choice. We've got a stable of cars.
Man, there is an issue here these days with not enough weekends and too much fun.
I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Anna, you're too quiet. Is there something wrong?
I'm having fun.
You are? You're just sitting there.
Sitting here having fun.
Do you have an electric chair that we don't know about?
Oh, hey.
Oh, all right. All right. Hey, let's go into some of the photos from SEMA.
Okay, then. You sure you want to do this, Bob?
I do. We can take a commercial break before and we can get ready for this.
Okay, well, as you wish. There's one.
Now, all right. Now, this is a special booth. I have no idea what they were selling. But I went to that booth, and every booth I went to, they were selling, or not selling because there was no sales going on, but every manufacturer there, that SEMA is this Specialty Equipment Marketing Association. It used to be Special Equipment Manufacturers. And we went to all these booths, and that's Cooper Tires. So we talked about Cooper Tires, one of the oldest tire manufacturers in the country. And, you got to keep your car covered and clean from getting dust on it.
That's right.
Covercraft. I'll tell you what, they had some great car covers, and as you can see.
Yes, great car covers.
Ramsey winches. When you're going off-road, you got to have a Ramsey winch.
Take along that Ramsey winch wherever you go.
Yes.
Oh, good old Flex Seal. These guys have been around a while.
They sure have.
Yeah.
They haven't been around very long.
Well, no, they haven't, but...
No, they're much younger. And
oh, yes, and the Mopar accessories.
Mopar, yes. Hemi. Don't forget, Mopar Hemi.
Yes.
Are you sure you don't need a shock absorber for that?
That's right.
I could try, but no.
Ooh, Horn Blaster.
Horn Blaster, yes. I get great products.
Is she single?
I don't know. Yeah. I never got that far.
Yeah.
And, my gray hair, it's just...
You got to watch that, yeah.
Yeah, they just say, oh, man, here, take a poster
This looks
leave.
like it was a great show.
It was an amazing show, even the off-road vehicles. There was a whole section of off-road vehicles and another tire company.
Yeah, Falcon, yeah.
Falcon Tires. A lot of people are using those for autocrossing and so forth.
Boy, they sure have beautiful show models there, don't they?
Oh, they sure did.
Ooh,
and
hello,
even Toyo
Tire.
Tires, yes. I mean, a lot of tire manufacturers. Now, when we were doing the interviews...
There's a rubber joke in there somewhere.
I'm certain of it.
When the tire meets the road. Now, that's another company altogether. But we were at Nitto Tires.
Yes.
We were out there doing the interviews, and in the Velocity interview booths, right behind it was Tanner Faust, wearing tires off as quickly as he could. He was drifting, and they had Cobra kit cars out there, and they were driving them around, getting them sideways and all sorts of things, and that was just in the parking lot.
Wow.
I mean, this was an amazing show. If you've never been to the SEMA show, it almost pays to get a job in the industry just to come out to the show.
That's great.
I mean, it's just an amazing show. It's fun. You see all the new products and a lot of old products as well. One of the things that really amazed me, though, is the number of reproduction steel car bodies that are going to be coming out. We already have the Dynacore Mustangs and Camaros.
That's right.
They also have a Chevelle coming out.
I did not know that.
32 Ford Coupes.
Okay.
Roadsters.
That would figure,
all in steel. I mean, right now, you can build a 1967 Mustang Fastback and never use an original Ford part.
Do you know, Bob, whether or not these are stamped so that if you use a Dynacord fender, for instance, on your original Mustang, will it fit?
Perfectly.
Wow.
We need a steel Corvette.
Wouldn't that be a trip?
Yes, yeah. I've made a steel Corvette. Well, it must be a reproduction then, because the real ones are fiberglass, unlike the others that are reproductions that are
Can
fiberglass.
I say something?
Go right ahead.
Do you know that SEMA was originally started for safety?
Yes.
And they're now $137 billion a year industry in the United States.
Yeah,
so
now
go SEMA.
Now it was started by
Yep.
Ed Iskandarian and Dean Moon.
Yes.
And Dean was the first president of the SEMA organization. Now,
Yeah.
I've got a badge on.
Yeah.
Let's
see if
look
I
at
can
the
get
badge.
The badge.
Fabulous badge.
We don't need no stinking badges.
The SAN.
Yes, we do.
It's the SAN. It's SEMA's Organization for Enthusiasts.
SEMA Action Network.
That's right, SEMA Action Network, and I
Get
joined
close,
while
up close
we were
and
up
personal.
there.
Yes,
Save
very
our race cars.
Very important.
Actually, it's save our hobby.
Okay.
Right now, it's the Save Our Race Cars situation where they want to outlaw cars being made into race cars, which is kind of counterproductive because if you're making a car into a race car, you're actually taking it off the street.
Yeah, for Pete's sake.
So our legislators, in their infinite wisdom or lack thereof, much lack thereof.
Yes, because racing is an American tradition, and drag racing and hot rodding is in the birthplace of Southern California. We need it.
Drag racing is definitely a U.S. sport. It was started in the U.S. It has now gone to many other countries. But racing in general is the way manufacturers proved their product was reliable.
Right.
And, it's race on Sunday, win on Sunday, sell on Monday. And that was the theory for many, many decades, although there's been some hiatus. Ford pulled out of racing for a while. GM pulled out of racing. Mm-hmm. Some of them never got into racing, really. But that was still the theme of racing, and it was proving the products as well. There were endurance races like the Indianapolis 500 was an endurance race. You had Daytona. Sebring, those are endurance races. Manufacturers prove their products there and find out what's wrong with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and, speaking, Anna, as you were, of SEMA being, the safety aspect of it and whether or not something was SEMA approved back in the day, and I'm not quite sure how that's configured these days, but, if you pull the old Goodyear Eagle tires off that sadly somewhat derelict Mustang out in the parking lot, the old Keystone Classics, the rims will have that SEMA sticker on them.
Yeah.
Because that was part of their thing, is they were making sure that these products were they didn't just look good, but there was a safety aspect. You had to be able to drive the car on the street without something blowing up
and breaking and being weak. And SEMA is a very strong organization. They started their show out, I believe, here in L.A. It grew so much it had to go from where it started, and I'm not quite sure, it may have been the Pan Pacific Auditorium in downtown L.A., and then it went to the Anaheim Convention Center. It outgrew the Anaheim Convention Center.
And hey, that place is huge.
That place is huge, and they did that in the mid-'70s. It moved up to Las Vegas. It has now outgrown the facility.
Wow.
At one point in time, it was in two locations. It was the Sands Convention Center and the Las Vegas Convention Center.
Yeah.
They've expanded the Las Vegas Convention Center so that, I'll tell you what, I was there on our first day. That was only a half day. On my pedometer, I did 12,000 steps and never left the main building. It was just insane, and we didn't see everything. Now, one of the things I did, too, while I was there is Randy Cardoon and I slot car raced. We did. And it was all for the benefit of the SEMA Educational Programs and Scholarship Fund. And unfortunately, Randy and I both picked the same slot car to race. And he relinquished. He let me keep the Javelin, and he took a Cougar slot car.
Yeah.
So we had two Trans Am era cars.
Sure.
And unfortunately, we don't know how many laps he did, but I was at the finish line long before he ever caught up.
Well,
that's because he was looking at all those showgirls.
Yeah.
No,
Marta, he
models,
really wasn't.
Those beautiful girls.
Randy's wife, Marta. No, he wasn't. He was looking at the products. Only the products.
Only the products. Let me see more of those Nitto tires.
I have product.
Yeah.
There's product.
Oh, Stormy, help us. Anyway, we talked to a few manufacturers that are going to be working with us here on Gas coming on later in the month or December. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do another show because our next show would fall on the night before Thanksgiving.
Wow.
That is going to be a tough one traffic-wise for us all to get here.
Yeah.
So we may not have another show in November. We may come back the 1st of December. And at that point in time, the people at Edelbrock are going to be answering technical questions. So if you've got a tech question for Edelbrock, let me know. They're going to be calling up. Also, HyperCheck, the people that help with upgrading your computer system in your car,
how about
are going to have do a question and answer session with us as well. So keep that in mind, because starting next month, we're going to have a tech question of the month, or of the show, and we're going to have Edelbrock and Hypertech calling in. We'll tell you a little bit more about that. If you have a question for Edelbrock, send it to me. Send it to me on my Facebook page. You can message me on my Facebook page with your question, and the question we pick will go to Edelbrock directly. They'll answer the question for you. It's got to be something about an Edelbrock product,
sure,
or a product that will enhance your car that Edelbrock might offer. For example, what manifold do you use on that small block Chevy?
Right.
What carburation combination would you use based on the cam and the compression and so forth? Aluminum heads, how do they benefit you? Those are just some questions to think about, because Edelbrock makes a whole line of engine products for you, and they're going to be answering questions if you've got one about Edelbrock. We'll get more information about Hypertech and let you know what kind of questions they can answer for you and how it's going to be effective for you.
Yeah. Well, we just recently had, I am, as we are all, well aware of how computerized cars have gotten in the last 30 years. The newest car I've ever owned is a 94 Jag XJS, and there's enough computers in that thing to send a man to the moon again. And I'm just thinking, if any one of these pieces breaks, and it's a Jag, so electrically,
yes,
of course, something is going to go very wrong.
Yes, Lucas Electric, the Prince of Darkness.
Exactly, it's going to happen. I'm just thinking, oh boy, let's just cross my fingers, hope everything's good. But the show a couple of weeks ago, Great American Auto Scene. Of course, we were all off on assignment. There was a million different things we were all doing. I was up in Washington State. We were trailering pulling a trailer, in a Chevy 1500 crew cab pickup. Coming back from the eastern part of the state, and one of the computers, there's a computer that controls the lifters. It's the variable valve timing stuff that, frankly, I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit outside my purview. I know what a hydraulic lifter does in a 50-year-old motor.
Yeah, but how's it electronically controlled?
Yeah, and so the darn thing failed. Here we are pulling this really heavy trailer, and the whatever system that controls one bank of the lifters went out, and we were just kind of stuck on the side of the road. It was 30 minutes before we bothered to lift the hood, because we knew there was nothing under that hood that we could fix.
Yeah, and that's the issue. Now, a lot of the technology, although kind of foreign to us, the kids nowadays, since they started with that level of electronics, they've gone a step further than we will ever understand or know.
You're right.
And that's where the Hypertech people are going to help us out when they come in and answer your questions regarding your computer-controlled car and how you can enhance it.
Yeah, and I think it's great that there are ways to do that, because I think one of the things that everybody was worried about as these cars came on the scene, well, now they're so controlled that there's nothing I can do. You can't put a hotter cam in, and all the traditional hot rod stuff.
The thing is you don't need to add the cam.
Right.
The computer controls the things that will give you the power.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I have a computer-controlled Chevrolet. Mm-hmm. My Chevrolet, it's an HHR SS, comes from the factory with a turbocharged four-cylinder, 260 horsepower. The factory computer upgrade gave me 30 more horsepower. Wow. I've got more horsepower in my HHR than in my Corvette and my hot rod.
Yeah.
Now, I still get 32 miles per gallon.
Remarkable.
And you think about it for a second. The Ford Mustang with a four-cylinder turbo motor.
Yeah.
310 horsepower. The first Mustang GT 350s that Shelby put together were 307 horsepower.
Yeah.
Or thereabouts. Regardless, the four-cylinder Mustangs of today have more horsepower than the Mustang GT 350s that were winning races in 1965 and 66.
And better gas mileage.
Better gas mileage. They have air conditioning. They have stereos.
Yep.
They have a nice, comfortable ride. Mm-hmm. They turn and stop a whole lot better. Yep. They have four-wheel disc brakes versus two-wheel disc brakes.
Lots more time between maintenance periods.
And they're quiet.
Yeah.
You can actually hear yourself.
But it's because of that Carroll Shelby hot rod that this four-cylinder car is performing the way it is.
Yeah, it's the start of it. And the electronics of today, developed by the kids of today, for the most part, and I say kids, people in their 20s and 30s, are putting these things together because they started with this computer technology.
Yep.
Whereas we've had to try and learn it. They started at the level we haven't arrived at yet.
Well, and except for Anna, she's a kid.
Yes.
Are
Anna's
they
a kid.
up-chipping?
Yes. Up-chipping?
No, they're
Up-chip the
up-chipping.
car?
Up-chip. Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Up-chip.
my.
You got a chip. Oh, my gosh, is right. Yes, they've chipped it. Anna,
Yes.
what do you got to talk about tonight?
We're going to talk about car art.
Car art.
We've got some Fordite that we're going to show and some one-shot art. Now, look
I
at
want
that.
to see. Yes, let's take a look at this
Just
Fordite
look at this
because
slab of multicolor madness. This is in the back is a chunk of Fordite, and what that is all the enamel paint that was sprayed in the factory that ran off the vehicles onto the rails, hardened, melted together, and was heated going through the ovens.
Holy
and
cow.
people, when they were closing the plant, they went in there and scraped all of this stuff off.
What plant? Ford?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
River
Fordite.
Rouge or wherever else.
Okay.
And they are cutting them and polishing them and making a material called Fordite, and they're making jewelry out of it.
I think
That's
it is.
cool.
And
It's
look at that.
amazing
So
to
that
me.
one is actually, I think, Corvette. It's got metallic paint in
Okay.
it, and it's layers and layers and layers of the car runs going down the assembly line, getting paint. And this is years and years and years
Of buildup, huh?
of buildup, and it's not cheap. Rings are going for about $150. You can get them on eBay. Oh, that's a beautiful piece. And so the design patterns are very desirable. Some of the bigger
cool.
chunks are going for thousands of dollars. You cut them like a lapidary, like a stone cutter.
Sure. Yeah.
And you can do keychains and all kinds of things. And it's just a really cool way of owning a little piece of car history.
You know, what's interesting, too, to me is the fact that these are, in a way, more precious than diamonds because once the
Look at
supply
that.
is gone, it's
Isn't that
gone.
beautiful?
It's
Yeah.
not like you're going to
It's
find more in the
extremely
ground.
limited. This is true.
Especially with the paints they're using today. I don't think they're going to be able to kind of harvest this kind of a situation.
Right. It doesn't seem, because I would assume, for one thing, they won't be wasting as much these
No.
days. You know, it's all about now the economy of it, which is a good thing, but it also means that articles like this we might never see again.
That is
So
cool.
I want a piece of Fordite jewelry for Christmas.
Okay,
Stormy,
please
are
make
you
a note of
listening?
it.
Stormy, are you listening?
Yeah, it's at Fordite. I wonder where,
Beautiful.
I suppose you
But
could
he's
just...
a Chevy guy.
It's okay.
And now is
He has to come to the dark side.
And of course, Anna, you noted that perhaps at least one of those blobs was from the Corvette plant, and I wonder if it would be Chevite then, and not Ford.
Oh,
Yeah, it
that's
could be.
true, too,
Now,
Chevite.
And the thing that's happened with the Corvette plant, depending on which Corvette plant that came from, but the plant down in Bowling Green just opened up a new paint booth. It actually is 6 different lines to paint cars on. Up until recently, and when I went through the plant in June, they could only paint one color at a time. So if you had blue cars for today, that's what got painted, was blue. If you had red was the color of the day, you got red cars painted. Well, now they've got 6 different assembly lines for painting. So they can do 6 different colors at the same time, which will significantly improve the production levels of Corvettes. Now, the plant is huge. They added over 100,000 square feet, they say, just for the paint booth. Now, the Corvette aficionados are saying, no, the new mid-engine Corvette is coming. And there's a lot of talk about that, and some spy photos of this car. And who knows, the 2008 to 2019 Corvette may just be mid-engine, and they needed the extra assembly line because they're going to produce the front engine and the mid-engine cars.
Wait a minute. So there could be 2? I know this is conjecture now, but there could be 2
There
different...
could be 2, but they do have spy shots of the mid-engine car.
Wow, that is amazing. And,
And
of course,
it's cool.
we hearken back to the original Mustang 1, I think it was
Mustang
called.
was a little 4-cylinder mid-engine car.
Yeah, mid-engine car. Yeah. And then it bloated out a little bit and became the actual Mustang that we all know
Well,
now.
they finally realized they had to use parts that they had. They couldn't machine everything. Actually, the original Mustang, the little 4-cylinder, was based on some British Ford components, including the V4.
And was that a fiberglass car?
Don't remember, but I imagine it was a composite of sorts on the body.
Kind of looks like it.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of Lotus engineering or something in the chassis work. I don't remember what I read about that. I do remember the little Mustang 2, or the Mustang, the first Mustang, being a 2-seater, much like a shrunk GT40.
Right, no top,
and then it had the little V4 British 4-cylinder engine in the midship location. Now, Anna, what else do you have for us besides this Fordite? Oh, there we go.
This is one-shot art.
Woof. That's one-shot, yeah.
Now, apparently, there's a fabulous art website called thiscolossal.com that I subscribe to. It's actually free, but I get emails. Apparently, there's an artist who just drops one shot on the floor and sees what it's going to do. And sometimes it makes these very recognizable shapes. As we see here, we've got a little orange dog.
Isn't it the dog from The Simpsons?
I finally understood the one-shot reference.
The one-shot is enamel paint.
One-shot is enamel paint that's used by pinstripers.
Yeah, and sign painters, too, because you don't have to do 2 coats. It's just,
It's phenomenal stuff. Look at this one.
Oh, that is just cool.
Now, I don't know if this one was actually spontaneous. It looks a little staged, but it's similar to Fordite because it's enamel paint.
Wow.
And so this particular one, I don't know, that looks like acrylic, but pretty neat stuff. So art is wherever you, look at that, wherever you find it. You can find art in the clouds. I mean, clouds make fabulous shapes. So this is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Oops, there we go.
I know, because all of this is on concrete, so it's like if it doesn't turn out to be the right shape, man, you got some cleanup.
That is cool, and he's made it art because he's left the can or the applicator with it. So he's let it all harden, so he's added a hardener to the paint to make it dry even quicker and harder.
Yeah, that is totally, look at that.
So lots of fun stuff on this website. It's an art website, phenomenal artists.
Is there a website they can go to?
It's called thiscolossal.com, www.thiscolossal.com, and it's really neat. They've got art and craft and illustration and photography and mixed media. It's really neat, so go enjoy.
Go enjoy.
Yeah.
Bruce, what do you got planned for this weekend for your car hobby?
Well, we were talking with Cassie earlier. I'm thinking I have got to get back on the show circuit before before somebody runs into something
again. Yeah. Wait, you've got your Lincoln convertible.
That's right, the Lincoln convertible. There was this, we were 95% there for, I was talking with a guy last week, and it almost was going to be at Disneyland last Friday to carry Mickey Mouse through the park.
Oh, wow, that would have been cool.
Yeah, and we were working through Disney's very safety conscious with their characters, and they wanted to make sure Mickey could be strapped in properly while riding on the deck, parade style. And so we worked out ways to work straps underneath, because, there's no seatbelts in a car like that. And but at the last minute things went south. I think it was weather related. There was a chance of rain the whole day, and that would have been.
Although it was beautiful,
I know,
and it ended up being a great day.
Yeah, it really did. So that would have been a load of fun. I might hook up with this ADA show that's coming up, and I don't know, maybe the Moon Eyes show, because the Christmas
for sure.
Moon Eyes, you got to come out.
Yeah, because I am out of the loop, sadly so. I haven't done anything since the last couple of shows I was with you.
We saw, that we were at, that was July.
Yeah, and part of the problem is that it's really tough, as we all know. It's tough to get time to do everything you want to do. The weekend comes sometimes, if you're a worker bee like most of us are, you go, man, I want to work on the car and maybe not show it this weekend. And so, but we all have our, as they say, a first world problem.
Oh, yeah.
So I got no issues. But I am still, juggling calendars, and we'll see what happens next. I wish I could tell you what's going on.
Anna, what's going on with you? What's going up this weekend?
Well, the Studebaker's coming along. Tom Cunningham has finished the fender. I'll get you some photos.
Nice.
We put a killer dashboard in. We're going to chop it 2 inches. We've got a custom grill and custom taillights. Eddie Martinez just came and made the patterns for the interior. And unfortunately, I'm not going to reveal too much because I don't want people to steal my ideas before I reveal it at the Grand National. So
you plan on having it done by January?
Not this January, next January. It's a lot of work. It's all hand fabrication on steel. And And, it comes in spurts because then, John Saltzman's got his T-Bird, and there's a Lincoln, and there's all these things. People are running around trying to customize all these cars at once, and it's hard. But, yeah, so the Studie's coming along.
Man, excellent. Are you going to, maybe post some photos but blur out key points so that people can see progress?
Just like Detroit does.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Or like, we've all seen, well, at least around here you see it. I don't know across the country whether you see this stuff, but very often I remember the first time I saw this, it was with a PT Cruiser, a load of them on a car transporter. They had the vehicles were completely covered up except for they had panels for the windows. But they had these bags over these cars so you couldn't tell what the shape was.
Well, I got to tell you a story about bags over a car. We and this is not has nothing to do with new cars or anything, but we've got a guy in the Road Kings Car Club, and I'm a member of that. I've been a member for over 30 years. And his name is Gene Kendrick, but I won't tell you his initials. And he has got, at one point in time, he had this neat Oldsmobile-powered, blown Willys pickup truck. It had real magnesium wheels. It was a true gasser. He restored it. It was a race car. He took it to, the Road Kings do a charity show at Santa Anita Raceway, which is a horse track.
Yeah.
But it's got a beautiful grass infield.
Oh, yeah, the whole place is beautiful.
He polished those magnesium wheels all day. I mean, he slaved over the buffer to get those magnesium wheels shiny. Well, magnesium doesn't stay shiny. It tarnishes very quickly. But he wanted it to make sure it stayed that way. Gene has a reputation for not leaving Burbank very often. He put plastic bags over the tires, over the wheels, after we loaded the car on the trailer. I wrote the newsletter at that time. And basically we took a photograph of the car with the plastic bags over the wheels and told everyone that we had to blindfold Gene's car to get it out of Burbank. So if Gene Kendrick or someone from the Road Kings is listening in, you can tell him about this and he can catch it the last 5 minutes of the show.
There you go. Did it actually work, though? Did bagging the wheels work?
Yeah, because the humidity and the moisture in the air did not attack the shine on the wheels. And magnesium, for some reason, maybe someone can call in and tell us what the issue is.
I know magnesium itself is very volatile. I think if you add certain...
it'll explode.
Yeah, which is nut job. But of course, I think the mag wheels, they came along because we wanted to save some weight, and it was a great way to do it. It was.
And one of the sad parts, we talk about magnesium's volatility. In the mid-1950s, Mercedes-Benz had magnesium race cars at Le Mans. There was an accident, and one went into the crowd.
Holy cow!
Bursting into flames. There was many people that were injured or killed in that, and Mercedes actually pulled out of racing.
Wow!
Because when you can't put it out with water, it makes it explode. Actually, so
learning about it's very lightweight material, but it does have a volatility to it. If you remember flash bulbs, for those of you old enough. The little metal that you saw inside the bulb was magnesium.
I did not know that.
Because it would flash.
Yeah, it looks sort of like steel wool.
Steel wool,
yeah.
Right. And that
That's
was magnesium shavings.
You want to know something else about magnesium?
Sure.
It grows hair.
What?
Like the fuzzy white stuff in refrigerators on fruits.
Oh, I thought maybe I could
in
put it
your
on
refrigerator?
my scalp and make it grow more.
Wear a magnesium hat.
We went to New Zealand to race.
Yes.
And they left Stormy's race car. It has the original magnesium Hallebrand wheels on it. And they left it on the dock for 3 weeks. And when he got it back, it had hair all over the rims.
Hey, you know what?
Your wheels need a shave, sir.
This might be dangerous, but we could take a blind call here on the show to see if somebody knows about magnesium. Hello, caller.
Tomorrow.
Hello.
These are very important documents that we want.
Telemarketers.
Man. These are very important documents. Call immediately.
Yes, you can get yourself retrained to become a doctor in 6 weeks. We have a special class for you. Hey, we got something from Bobby. Can you give us a little hint on that? I know we're running out of time.
And I'll admit that. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. There's the flyer. Thank you, Anna. And I know we've got a whole bunch.
October 15th.
It's past, but we have the photos.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, it was a big old event. We're going to pull up these photos right now.
We started the
Let's
show
take a look.
late tonight, so we're just going to go a little bit late. Folks.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And it was a big car show. In fact, I think you've got the labeling there, Anna, as to what this was at Lebanon Valley Dragway, I think.
It was the Capital Area Rods Fall Car Show Drags and Swap Meet. It was at Lebanon Valley Dragway.
All right.
Route 20 in West Lebanon, New York.
Cool. And in fact, this is not a computerized call. I'm going to answer this phone. Hello, who's this?
Yeah, this ain't no salesperson. This is Bobby.
It's the Bob. Another Bob.
It's our East Coast correspondent.
It's East Coast Bob.
What's happening, gang?
Hey, look, Bobby, thanks, first of all. You sent us some really cool pens. By the way, Bob, you'll get one of those right after the show.
Here they are.
Yeah,
here they are.
They are very cool. Look at those things, man.
Here they are.
That's
Wait.
pretty nice. I've got mine right here, too. These are the,
Very nice.
This is yours, by the way.
That's mine? Oh, thank you.
So there you go. But and Bobby, thanks for the photos, too. What are these of?
These the Capital Area Rods. It's one of the older car clubs up in the Northeast around the Albany area. They do a spring show and a fall show. This was their fall show up at Lebanon. It was a couple of weeks after the Dover show.
Oh, that's cool. Some neat cars
I just
there.
did a quick walk around and grabbed some of the pictures. And there should be a red 61 Bubbleback coming up. 61 Chevy Bubbleback.
Yeah, we just went through that.
That was the best car of the show.
Oh, it really was.
We might have to wind back and take a look at that.
Yeah, it was one of the first cars that we just saw. 409 car?
Yep.
Oh, man.
There was 5 409 cars up there this year.
You know, that's one thing about shows outside California. We just saw her Rambler. 2 Ramblers. So one is a gasser, and here's a Rambler Rebel or Ambassador. The
that was
American
a 990.
It was a 990?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, those are cool machines and very underrated. They were pretty solid cars. This one's got a cage in it and tub.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's got the American Motors 401 punched out into it and stuff like that.
Oh, so he even kept the AMC motor in there.
And those were pretty quick. One of my friends was one of the tuners for Wally Booth back in the day when they were drag racing the what was it? Shirley Shahan drove an AMX. Wally had a Hornet with a 401. And they were pretty darn quick. It was just couldn't get the full factory support they needed to continue on.
Yeah, that was when Shirley went to Mopars, when she went with the Dodges and stuff, yep.
Hey, look at that, a Roadrunner.
Yeah, well, actually, that's a Superbird.
Oh, yeah, the Plymouth was a Superbird. The Roadrunner was the...
The Roadrunner was the base model performance car, and the Dodge Daytona was their wing
Daytona,
machine.
jeez. Yeah, thanks for the correction there.
Not a problem. Anytime. I can correct you anytime you want.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, a 3-deuce setup with 97s on it. Oh, man, that's for, let's see, I'm looking at it.
Doorstop.
Doorstop. Yeah, no, those are cool.
Yeah, there's little Strombergs there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good day, good weather. Walked around, saw a couple of guys and friends from the Dover show, and there's that red 61.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Dual quad 409.
Oh, boy, that's pretty.
I like that they have their hoods up.
Yeah.
Look at that interior.
Yeah,
that's
isn't
beautiful.
that neat? That's when cars had style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. And it wasn't just style, but it was color. If you notice that style has gone away, but so has color. If you get your choice of like gray and charcoal now, that's it.
Yeah.
Unless you buy a Fiat 500. For some reason, Fiats come with bright color.
Now, here's a car I could get excited about, a Vega GT.
Yeah, buddy.
And that one actually looks like it may still have the 4-cylinder in it. Because it's got 13-inch wheels.
I don't remember if I got too close to that because they were starting to pull out when I started to do the walk around.
Well, you don't want to get too close to the Vegas. They bite.
Yeah,
it's still, there it is.
There it is.
And it still has the 4-cylinder.
Was that what they called the Iron Duke?
No, this was
it
an
wasn't
overhead cam.
iron. That's
no,
right.
that was the problem. It had an aluminum block with an iron head. All right, a beautiful 54 Chevy convertible, chop top. Yeah. That's cool. Extra teeth in the grill. Kind of reminds me of a girl I once dated.
I think that one had, from I was thinking, I talked to the guy with that one, that's a modified Carson top.
Oh, okay. And it looks like it actually folds, although that may be just the illusion.
Well, yeah, if it's a Carson top, it's just a cloth covered that's it's just lift off.
Yeah.
A Volkswagen pickup truck. Yeah,
nice.
It's Super Beetle.
Yeah, you're right.
There we go. Nice traditional car with a flathead V8.
Yeah. Hey, so Bobby, I know the weather has changed a bit since this a couple of weeks ago when you took these photos. How are things looking now? Is there any more racing going on there?
There's Englishtown has the rescheduled nostalgia drags this weekend down in Jersey at Englishtown.
Okay.
And so we just got it, but the weather's supposed to be pretty decent for that. it's probably going to be like, I think they're saying it might hit 50. And so track's going to be cold, so there probably won't be too many guys pushing everything. But so it's going to be a good car show, good turnout for the park, and I'm trying to get down to that. And you were talking about the colors of the new stuff.
Now, that car would be great for old school rods for a feature. That's a neat little car.
Yeah, chopped
Yeah,
up.
that had a different combination. He set up different setup with the way he had the manifold with the offsets for the 4-barrels.
Yeah, I know.
To make it look like a high-rise cross ram.
That's crazy, man.
That also reminds me of a girl I once dated.
Oh, a high-rise, yeah. So, Bobby, you were mentioning interior colors.
No, I'm just saying, if you're looking at the colors of the cars that be going back, check your emails, because I finally bought my first brand new truck, and I got, if I can say make and model, I am anyway, GMC Canyon, and I got the frosted red color.
Got more chrome. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Or got mechanic coming, or
There
good mountain climber.
Yeah, there you go.
Now you know, you realize that is that's the new midsize, right?
Yeah, and it's
What?
two-wheel drive.
Yeah, and that was jointly designed with Isuzu.
Oh, is that? I didn't even know
GM
GMC
still-
had a midsize.
Yeah, that's the you remember when the Colorado and the Canyon came out?
Sure.
This is the extension of that. This is the continuation, but it's gotten bigger.
Boy,
Yeah,
it has.
these came out and took over the S10. They came up a little bit bigger.
Yeah, you went to S10, then you went to Colorado and Canyons that got a little bit nicer, a little bit bigger, and then they come out with this. And these mid-size are now about the size of what the old full-size used to be.
Yeah.
Does it drive nice? Do you like it?
Oh man, it's awesome.
Is it all computerized?
Oh,
The touchscreen on
you
it's worse than my
up-
TV.
The touch screen's worse than my
Touch
TV.
screen.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right, some great cars out there. Bobby, have fun at the car show next week. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to get some pictures from you.
Yeah, if I get down there, I'm going to, I'll put a disc together and send them out to you guys, and then I'll be just waiting for see when you guys are coming back on and stuff. So always have a good time listening to you guys.
We'll keep posting it on Facebook. Probably looks like the second week in December because of the Thanksgiving holiday. We're not going to try and come back on, but we will do some Facebook posts, Facebook Live throughout the month. I'll do one this Sunday from the car show that we're going to, and we'll get things going from there.
Cool. All right, guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy
and,
holiday.
Talk to you soon. Yep.
All right.
Be
Take
safe.
care, Bobby.
Bye.
All right, Bruce. I think we got to pull the plug on it tonight.
I know.
You know, it's been fun, but ladies and gentlemen, thanks for getting gas with us.
Yeah. I'm glad we could get it all back together again this week. And
I missed you guys.
Yeah, we
know.
missed you too.
It's amazing. A couple of
And
weeks.
you
goes
two
by.
too.
We weren't talking about the
We won't
dual,
tell you about
It's
that.
Edelbrock equipment. It's dual carbs.
Dual quads, yes.
Dual,
There we go.
whatever. It's dual.
All right.
Happy holiday. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, and speaking of Thanksgiving, Bob, on your Facebook page, love that homepage photo.
Oh, thank you.
And if you haven't seen, I know you're watching right now. At least a lot of our viewers right now are actually on the Facebook live stream. But if you aren't, if you're watching at godgas.com, be sure to check out Bob's. It's a turkey of a photo.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you the recipe.
Okay. All right. Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. The repeat of this show, the encore presentation, comes up right here next. Thanks for joining us tonight.